This video is going to be about the Bushcraft Essentials Bushbox XL fire stove. My name is Brian and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, this video is going to be about the Bushcraft Essentials Bushbox XL fire stove. And just to let you know, this is probably going to be a conglomeration of an earlier video and this one. I already did a video on this thing a couple of months ago and I just really wasn't happy with the way it turned out. I may use some of the footage from that video. Mostly it's going to be new. Detlef with Bushcraft Essentials was kind enough to send me this so I could show it to you. So I'll quit rambling and let's take a better look at this thing. All right, well, this is the Bushbox XL outdoor stove from Bushcraft Essentials. The stove is made 100% of stainless steel, made in Germany. It's about 7.5 inches tall and about 5 inches square, and it weighs somewhere in the neighborhood a little over a pound, about what you would expect a stainless steel stove of this size to weigh. And one thing that's really cool about it, it's only 1 centimeter thick when folded. Okay, so I've got this thing set up here on the grill just because it's a nice flat surface for us to work on and we can build a fire here without a problem. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to go ahead and show you this. This is optional. You don't have to get this, but I think when you get the kit, it's going to come with this nice Cordura pouch with a D-ring to hang it from, and also belt loops and Velcro closure. It's got 2 pockets in it. One pocket holds the stove itself in the back. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And the other pocket can hold accessories. There are several accessories available for this thing. This is actually one of them. It's like a different top, grate, grill top, whatever you want to call it. So we'll fold that up out of the way for a minute though. Let's take a look at the stove itself. Let me show you what I really like about this stove, what's really cool about it. It's folded up, weighs about what you would expect a stainless steel stove to weigh, and just watch this. Just open it up, pop it down. It's open, good to go. That's all you got to do, nothing to it. You get ready to close it up after you build your fire, just turn it upside down, tap it a couple of times, fold it up, it's done. That's it. No notches and puzzles put together. Really, really handy design. Really super easy to use. Not a whole lot to it. So when you open it up, you can see there's 2 flaps. There's one flap that folds down. It just folds it down inside there, and it's the bottom. It's the ash pan. It actually keeps everything from falling below. And then next is the grate, and that's where you actually build your fire on top of it. So what that gives you is it gives you a space between these two, about this far, I guess. But you got air circulation under there. It's got plenty of room under here for air to circulate up to feed oxygen to the fire. And it stands up here. You can see there's a big window on the side to feed it. And didn't take them off yet, but these are what they call the trivets, and they just really well designed. They snap in here, lock in for storage, come right out. They're very handy. You can actually they'll slide in on top. There's several notches up here to use for a grate. Let's see if I got this thing right. A lot of different ways to do this. So you can set a cup on top here like this. What's really cool about it is it's got these slots on the side here, right here. You can slide these things through the slots like so. Let's see from that side, like so, and through the other side like so, and rest them. And it gives you a really big, you got a wide range of height, so you can put a different alcohol stove on here. You can put a bigger pot inside if you want to get closer to the fire. You got 3 different height adjustments here. A lot of options here with this thing. It's very, like I say, it's very well thought out, very well designed. Another little trick that I saw, which I thought was pretty cool, was you can put them on the bottom, and let's see how they do that. Yeah, put them on the bottom. And don't extend it through, but just so you see, basically just get the first notch, like so. First notch here, like, can you see that? Yeah, like that, okay. Do both of them, and you can hook this on here like that. You can put some bread right in there and toast it. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different things you can do with it. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make some coffee, and I'm gonna show you my little coffee cheat that I use pretty much most of the time when I'm camping. So like any wood stove, you can have a fire, and anytime you have a fire, no matter how big or how small, the same rules apply. So I've actually divided my wood up into 3 piles. I've got my really fines, which is the small stuff about the size of a pencil lead. Got the medium. I've got my fuel. This would be considered my kindling in a larger fire, but it's actually going to be the fuel in this fire because you don't want to put too big of stuff in here. So, and I've also got some fat wood here. This is from Pine Fire Outdoors. You're going to need some kind of tinder probably to get this thing going, and because you got to get in from the bottom. You could always put your wood in there and hold a match or whatever under it, but we're going to use fat wood because I like fat wood. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Okay, I'm not going to show you the coffee yet, but we'll go ahead and put some water in the pot here. This is actually my Pathfinder stainless steel water bottle and cup. And what I like about this cup is it's got measuring marks on the inside of it, which is pretty cool. It's helpful. So go ahead and pour a little more water in there. We'll set that aside for a minute. Go ahead and set this aside also and get this fire going. So like I said, I like to use fat wood. It's probably my favorite natural fire tinder. And so I've got a little fat wood, sort of a feather stick here I made. We'll try this. Now, let me move this out of the way just for a minute, see if I can get this going here. You see that? Okay. I'm going to use my Tahoma field knife from Tops Knives and Andy Tran. You don't have to have a Tahoma field knife, but if you've got the budget for it, I highly recommend it. And got a light my fire steel. So we're going to try to see if we can get this little lame, really Mickey Mouse looking feather stick that I made going here. Okay, my feathers were left a lot to be desired. They were just too big. Got some really fine scrapings here where I just scraped the fat wood. So let's see if we can get it going with that. Okay, we got her going. Let's get some a little bit bigger stuff on there so it'll stay, it'll catch before we put it in there. Now, I could do this with my big lighter that's in my pocket right now and it would be no problem, but I kind of like to do things just to challenge myself a little bit and keep my skills up. So we get that stuff going pretty good there. We'll let it catch and we'll just put it in here. Dump the rest of this little stuff on top of it so it'll have a chance to burn. And then we can put all of our smalls in there. Just go ahead and break them up, put them in there. Let them start burning. And go ahead and put our bigger stuff in there too. Kind of in a jumble array. Just let it be kind of chaotic. Let it flame up. And give it a minute to catch. It's going to catch pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and set these trivets on top here so we can let's see, I want to put it so sit down flush so we can go ahead and put it here in the middle. I think that way I can still have room to feed the fire from the top and go ahead and set my cup on here and let it be getting heated while I'm feeding the fire. Kind of rest it there for now. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that after. I'm going to put it here. And here. And we'll set the cup on there now. You feed it from the front now. Some of the bigger fuel in there. Now, just for boiling water, you can have all the flames you want. What's good about this, if you really want to cook something else, you can let it simmer down. Let the flame die down to some coals, and you can simmer with it. So you can do a lot of variety and a lot of options with a wood stove. I also like that this has got a pretty good size opening to feed this thing from the side. So, and it's strong enough, actually, they say in the literature, to hold a full-size Dutch oven. So, I mean, it's a really sturdy stove. Okay, she's starting to boil now, almost to a rolling boil. I guess I can go ahead and reveal my coffee secret to you. It's what I always use when I'm camping. It's just very, very handy. Here they are. It's coffee singles. That's right, not cowboy coffee. Just a plain old good old coffee bags. And you can see, by the way, it was hot. Nice rolling boil. Yeah, well, it just stopped. So, as you can hear it, surely. Let's have a look at it. I know you want to see it. There it is. Okay. So let's take it off the fire. Go ahead and put our coffee in there. And what's cool about these coffee singles is they just let you work just like a tea bag. Basically, just dip them in. You got real coffee. It's not instant coffee, which I kind of like the idea of. And you can also get it as strong as you want. So I just dip it up and down, hang it on the handle of the cup here, and set this thing out of the way. Let it brew for a minute. Okay, so look at that. I wish you could smell that. That's just really good coffee. Still a little warm, so we're gonna let it cool off for a minute. But I know this is not, this is not Bushcraft approved coffee making method. It's cheating, okay? But it's easy, it's quick, very convenient, and it works perfect every time. You don't have to fool with having coffee grounds and all that, and it's just easy to deal with. So that's my little coffee cheat. The coffee bags. I hope you've enjoyed this. The Bushcraft Essentials, Bushcraft XL wood burning stove from Bushcraft Essentials, made in Germany. You saw how easily it folds. I want to show you, and I think I'll cut in the other footage here, but the hinges on this thing are very, very cool the way they make them. They're actually the only moving part. The extra part is just the rod that goes down the middle. They're actually bent. They cut these things out and bend them with little jigs, and I think they do that by hand. So they should last a really, really long time because there's not a lot of stuff to go wrong with it. It's just basically a rod through a bunch of holes in the panels themselves. And they fold up. You saw how quickly it folds up. Just does a great job. So it's a really great product. I would encourage you to check it out. Again, this is Bushcraft Essentials. Thanks again to Detlev and the guys over there in Germany for sending me this so I can show it to you. If you're looking for a really cool, very, very easy to deal with folding wood stove, this could be a really good one for you. It's super strong. You can put a Dutch oven on top of this thing. It's really, really stout, and it's very versatile. It's got a lot of ways of adjusting it and doing it. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up right down below, right there. Let Google know you like this kind of video. I really appreciate it. Share it with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it. If you'd like to support this channel financially, please check out the Amazon links below. If you like shopping on Amazon, you can get your stuff, no extra cost to you, and it helps me keep these videos on the air. And please check out my website at survivalonpurpose.com. I think that's everything. So anyway, I really appreciate it. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.